Thanks, Will, and good morning. My name is Tom Demmer. I represent the 90th District. My district encompasses part of northwestern Illinois. It's a rural district. So I appreciate the chance to be here today with Will because I think he brought up a couple of really interesting points about the fact that, you know, as young people, we have a lot of things in common, but we also bring differences to the table. And our districts are just one illustration of the differences we have. The types of issues that come up in our districts are unique, and we benefit from each other from listening to what some of those differences are. When I think about the importance of having a future caucus, having a group of young people who come together to talk about issues, I really think back to the first few experiences I had when I was running for my first term. The first question I always got was, "Are you old enough to vote?" And then follow up on that was, what's a young guy like you want to get involved in Springfield for? Why should young people be involved in government? And my response was always that, you know, first, that the issues that we face today, the decisions that we make today, have a long and profound impact on the state of Illinois. And they're going to be issues that our generation deals with for decades to come. But the second part of that was, when you look at the General Assembly, we have members in their 70s, in their 60s, in their 50s, in their 40s. Why shouldn't we have members in their 20s and their 30s who bring a different generational perspective to issues, who have a new way of thinking about things, who see the world a little differently based on the generational experiences they've come up with? And I think when Representative Guzzardi talked about a few of the issues that we'll tackle, we see a real difference in the way that generations look at some of these issues. So the way that we look at technology is certainly a big issue where there's a different perspective from generation to generation. The importance of education and the types of education that are available in today's world are very different than what was available 50 years ago or 30 years ago. Areas like criminal justice reform, too, I think are things that, as a generation, there's a different perspective on how effective the current tactics have been at dealing with those issues and where we may be able to find some common ground going forward. So again, as Representative Guzzardi said, this isn't about saying we're all going to see the same way, see eye to eye, see the same perspective on every issue. Really what we're looking for here is an opportunity to develop a relationship so we can begin to have conversations. Understand what issues we're really just never going to agree on, but then understand where there might be some common issues that we can rally behind and maybe bring together a perspective that will help Illinoisans today, but also help Illinoisans as our generation becomes older and starts raising kids and has families and lives in the state of Illinois for years to come.